Rotten Tomatoes, everyone's favorite aggregate score movie site, with absolutely no flaws whatsoever. This list is going to comprise of some of my favorite movies that are considered rotten by their standard. I got to tell you, there's some good movies that need some love. So please give it to them. Josh is here with another video talking about bad movies. And by that, I mean movies that may have failed in the critical eye, or even to some viewers, but to me, I can't get enough of them. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Holding a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, this is the highest on the list. It was directed by Catherine Hardwicke and starred Emile Hirsch and Heath Ledger and the guy from Sky High. Just so you know, his name's Michael Angarano. I didn't want to be a dick about that. It says in the script, the guy from Sky High. Okay. It's based on a true story and it follows 3 surfers who start a wave with skateboarding. Not like what you see today, more surfing on flat ground and swimming pools. And they became the skate group, the Z-Boys. It leads to fame and fortune beyond their wildest dreams. And man, this movie is so good. I was about 12 or something when I saw it, and I couldn't stop imitating Heath Ledger. The way he talks in that movie, I couldn't stop imitating the way he talks. And my parents got fucking pissed a lot because they would keep telling me to shut up because it was annoying. And I get it now. I was one of those kids who liked skateboarding and everything like that. So it was cool to see, and it was really cool to see. And to me, this movie still holds up, and it's a fun ride all the way through. Well, not really fun. It's kind of depressing, but it's a great movie. So there's that.
Welcome to VIP, VIP.
Man, talk about an underrated movie. 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. It follows a group of teenagers going to Hellfest, name of the movie, by the way, a horror-themed festival type carnival situation. But it's not all fun and games when a killer starts hunting them down. It seemed to get almost no love from critics and audiences alike, right? And I don't get it. I came into the movie blind and enjoyed the hell of it. My buddy decided to, he abducted me one night and was like, we're going to see Hellfest. And I was like, all right, cool. I don't know anything about it. And I loved it. It's a slasher flick. It's a slasher movie. And I hoped it would get more sequels, but it just didn't. And because it didn't get the love that it needed. And you know what? I can guarantee you that if this movie came out during the big slasher boom of the 80s, this movie would be just as widely loved as Halloween and Friday the 13th. And yes, I know Halloween came out in the 70s. Fuck you. It was the end of the 70s. Now, if we're talking about underrated movies, this is one of them. A 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Kung Pao's Enter the Fist. What are you talking about here? Steve Odekirk, the writer and the star of the movie, he got the rights to a movie called Savage Killers. And it was a martial arts movie from the 70s, and he digitally imposed himself into the movie, creating probably some of the funniest shit you'll ever see. And of course, it's sophomoric and can be kind of dumb at times, but it's it's one of those movies that, you know, you're going to go back, you're going to have a nostalgia trip, and you're going to have such a great time. I know I do. And, you know, if you haven't seen the movie before, go watch it. Come on, he has a fucking tongue, and his name is Tonguey. All right, it's stupid. It's fun. It's supposed to be stupid. Come on. This is top tier fantasy, and it's probably not going to get anywhere without Tim Curry as Darkness and his overall goal to kill the last unicorn. I mean, come on, right? It's up to Jack. That's Tom Cruise to save the world and Princess Lily, all right, who shares a really crazy dance scene. It's wild. This whole movie's wild. I love this movie. My dad showed me this movie when I was like 8. He's like, yeah, this movie's underrated. And I agree with him. It's beautiful. And yeah, there's some controversy with some of the certain cuts of the movie. There's a couple of them. Don't listen to them. Just watch them all. Just watch them all. You'll enjoy them. Watch Legend. Not that Tom Hardy one. The Tom Cruise, Ridley Scott, Tim Curry one. Cool.
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty. Good night, Denise.
Hot Rod is one of the best comedies of all time. It follows a stuntman, Andy Samberg, as Rod Kimball, who tries to raise money for his stepdad to get a heart replacement so he can beat his ass. That's the plot. That's the plot of the movie. It's got so much heart. It's hilarious. And it's got some of the most quotable lines of all time. It pains me to say that it has a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's fucking banana sandwiches, okay? I'll be the first one to tell you, I'll be able to sit down and watch this movie no matter what. I could be having the worst day of all time, and this movie comes on, my day is instantly better. I love it. And Andy Samberg is a national treasure and should be treated as one, because that man creates gold all the time. Do you like time traveling bears? Do you like slasher films based on slasher films inside the universe? Then this movie is perfect for you. Detention is a movie I picked up when I was browsing through Target one random day, and I knew I had to get it. It caught my eye. And oh my goodness, what a movie this was. It's a good movie. I expected just a simple, stupid little slasher movie, but nope. It was just a bit more than that. Now, granted, it may have tried a little more than it should, but I think it succeeded. And it's 41% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it deserves that. I think it deserves to be just a little bit higher than that. And I mean, come on, it's a fun ride and you're going to enjoy yourself. Josh Hutcherson's in it. Okay. Dane Cook is in it. So, you know, already a top tier film. You know what? Fuck it. We're moving on to the next one.
I'm Taylor Fisher, and I'm a bitch. Beauty, intelligence, talent, charisma, hoobastank. What? They're good.
Okay. Now, I understand this one, but this shit is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's so bad, and I love every second of it. For some reason, this movie makes me laugh like a fucking idiot every time I watch it. It doesn't matter. It's so dumb, and it's so funny. I really do think that Strange Wilderness deserves a little bit more than a 2%. Yeah, it's dumb, but you know what? It's a Happy Madison production, okay? And it doesn't star Adam Sandler, but this is one of the more quotable Happy Madison movies. It's not Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison. It is a treat. You just click your brain off and enjoy yourself. All right, it's got Steve Zahn in it. If you know who Steve Zahn is, you know how good he actually is. It follows a documentary crew from a failing show as they go on to search for Bigfoot to stop their show from getting canceled. I'm going to be real. I've tried my best here. I'm not sure if I could sell this movie to you. Just know that they do find something in the woods. It's fucking stupid, but Jesus, it's so good. Here's a reason right here. I'm just gonna lose like all movie credibility after this list comes out, because this is another one that I fucking love. And it's another Happy Madison movie that it doesn't star Adam Sandler, and I fucking love it. Grandma's Boy is the name of this movie. Grandma's Boy does not deserve a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. All right. So the plot of the movie is that it follows game testers as they attempt to get a game out on time, and just everything from jerking off to Lara Croft Tomb Raider to granny sex. It's a ride. It's definitely one of those movies that, you know, you got to turn off your brain again and enjoy the dumb shit that comes along. And I want to reiterate and say that I don't take these scores to heart. Okay. I wanted to make a video about it. Okay. I stopped really caring about what Rotten Tomatoes said a long time ago. So don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. I guess I should have prefaced that. Just watch a fucking movie. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. All right. Don't let some bullshit whoever tell you that you're not allowed to like a movie. Back to Grandma's Boy. So this movie's kind of star-studded before they all became kind of stars. It's got Linda Cardellini, who played Velma in Scooby-Doo, Jonah Hill, Nick Swardson. Like, come on, dude. Please watch this piece of shit. You're going to enjoy it. Mortal Kombat. And no, I'm not talking about the one that came out this year. I'm talking about the 1995 movie directed by none other than Paul W.S. Anderson. This movie was my childhood, and I'm not even kidding. The soundtrack like blew me away as a kid. I danced in the movie theater. I can honestly quote the whole movie. I've seen it at least 100 times. In my opinion, it's one of the best video game adaptations ever. I mean, that's not really a controversial opinion, but it's got a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes. And if I'm going to be unbiased, I really do think it should be in the low 60s. Even though I say I'm not biased, I'm probably a little biased here, but I love the movie.
This is where you fall down.
Now, here we have probably the biggest crime of all time on this website. Idle Hands sits at a measly 15%. Okay, that's a crime. This movie is so goddamn good. So the plot basically is it follows a lazy slacker played by Devin Sawa who does nothing but smoke weed and watch TV all day, and his hands suddenly starts having a mind of its own and killing people. It's a top tier horror comedy, and it also starred my big celebrity crush when I was younger, Jessica Alba, and it stars fucking Seth Green, Eldon Henson, Dexter Holland from The Offspring. He dies in it. Spoiler alert. It's a movie I truly believe if it were made today, it would be high fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean this with absolute sincerity. If you haven't seen this movie, and I have a feeling you haven't, check it out. It's fun and you will not regret it. I promise. Cool. So, how'd you like my list? I plan to do more of these. I love talking about movies. I want to do more of these specifically though, where I talk about bad movies. Let's put that in quotations there. I think it's an interesting little series that I could do. So if you like it, let me know. Leave a comment and tell me movies that are considered bad for you really like. So thanks for watching. I hope your day or night is incredible. Peace.